Today we have another update. So the market is currently bleeding. I think this is the first time that we have seen Kaspa really tank this much hard. So Kaspa went from 0.12 cents and now currently it went up to 0.08. So this is absolutely shocking for most of the Kaspa people. But if you can read price action, I have tried to illustrate like how the price of Kaspa is moving. We are seeing that Kaspa has been in a consolidation for a long time. So it pushed when it came at 0.07, it pushed up until 0.15, then came back down, took a lot of liquidity at 0.10, and ever since it has been really holding so much strong at this level. Now remember in the previous video, I had two scenarios. One was on the downside, which I did not expect, but it could happen. Anything can happen in the markets. One was the price of Kaspa really going so hard, because if you have a strong level like here, 0.10 was a very strong level because it tested it a lot of times. Many times when the market went bearish for most of the cryptocurrencies, Kaspa could manage to bounce back easily on 0.10. But this time around, the market has gone deep. So the market went really bearish. And I said that these strong levels have one tendency. When the market decides to break these strong levels, it doesn't give you time to think. It breaks so fast, and you can see it with only one candle. Like only one candle wiped out all of this liquidity. And you know, when you look at the price chart, always look at the left. When you want to analyze the price, look at what the price did in the past. And this level doesn't look new. This sounds familiar, looks familiar, because you can see on the other side, this is where people accumulated to give this market, or give the Kaspa price the price that it reached. It accumulated from here at 0.08, had a big push at up to 0.15, then started to consolidate between 0.1 and 0.2. It has never been retested. I think actually for the Kaspa people, I think if you really know anything about, if you have an idea about trading, you should be happy that this happened, because I would be scared and I would be worried if the market, or if the price of Kaspa went to high levels, let's say $1 or $2, without having to take the liquidity from here. Because here we find that this was the initial push. Like everything started from here. So once Kaspa managed to push and break this level, that's when Kaspa really decided to go parabolic and went up to 0.2. So if we hadn't visited this level, I would be so worried, because these levels have to be revisited. And from a technical perspective, I think if you are a trader, and you have to think like a retail trader in order to analyze where the price is going to move. Just put yourself in the shoes where you are a retail trader, you are a small trader, you have trading maybe with a couple of dollars. And if you buy, let's say here at 0.1, where would you put your stop loss? Most people will put their stop losses around below. Most people will put their stop losses at around 0.8. This is the area where you put all. So most of the stop losses were here, because most of the people believe that, you know, Kaspa's price will never go below 0.1. I also thought so, because, you know, it has been holding so strong. But I do believe, and I have this kind of, in my mind, I know exactly the market. You cannot argue the market. If it decides to break, it breaks. And here is the evidence that you can't say never in the markets. Like, you can't say 0.1 is the only thing. It's never going to be broken. It can be broken anytime, and the price can do whatever it wants. But you have to see, because the market leaves clues. It leaves clues everywhere. Here, it was a strong, very strong support. Very strong. It held so strong. Here, we still are seeing it. We can see it. But as I mentioned in the previous video, when the market decides to take liquidity is not taken like this. You see it, the market, when it decides to take liquidity, it doesn't take a lot of time, like consolidating up and down, like we're seeing here, consolidating up and down. And when it reaches level, when it finds a lot of orders, that's when it decides to pump up. No, when it decides to take liquidity, it takes it like this, one big candle, like this. This was a daily candle. This was a daily candle that wiped out all of this liquidity. I believe many people who are trading Kaspa put their stop losses at this level because they believed Kaspa will never break 0.1. It won't go below 0.1. So if you bought here, most of the people who bought here at 0.1 maybe put their stop losses just below 0.1, a couple of pips below, or they decided to go conservative and put the risk at and put the stop losses at 0.06. So this is what the market makers are seeing. They are seeing your stop losses, they are seeing your stop orders, and they can really see what is going on. That's why they decided to push the price up to 0.07. It can go much lower, I don't know, but if it doesn't go much lower, I think this might be this might be it for the people who have been waiting to buy. Listen, this is the perfect place to buy. This is not financial advice, but this is a perfect spot to buy. Like, you're buying it at the exact point. Now you're going to see what kind of move is going to happen after the market has taken its liquidity. As always, you know exactly what is going to follow. And from my perspective, from my point of view, I think the market has taken what it needed to take. It has shaken out all of the people that were leverage trading have been already shaken out. Everyone has been liquidated. The stop losses have been taken, and now we have a lot of volume to go. So if you want to buy, I think this is the perfect time to buy. And always remember to do your own research. This is not financial advice. I am talking from a technical standpoint. I have talked about the fundamentals. I've talked about the listings. I've talked about 10 blocks per second, the crescendo hard fork. I've talked about the gigawatts coin for the WAPCO, the Kaspa Industry Initiative. We've talked about smart contracts, zero knowledge rollups. So all of those are fundamentals that push the price up. But let's look at it in a technical perspective. This is I think if you wake up in the morning and open a chart and you find the chart is like this, I wouldn't even think twice. I just put my orders here, just buy. And for a project like Kaspa, I think this is a no-brainer. This is the one thing that you would want to buy. Just use this logic. Just use the logic as, let's say you're a market maker. What would you do when you find that what do you think if you find out that this is a very strong support that has been holding for so long? You know exactly that most retail traders have put their buy orders here at 0.1. If people have put their price, if most people have put their buy orders here, where do you think they're going to place their stop losses? Where do they expect the market that to be the maximum pain? Like, because when you put a stop loss, you mean that I can take a loss of maybe, let's say 20%, or let's say 50%, or let's say 80%. So it depends on how you can handle risk. But where is the maximum pain? Where is the maximum level of pain that people are not willing to hold anymore? So most of the time you find out, if for those people who are who have a very risky appetite, they are going to place the stop loss just below this level here. They won't think about if the market does something like this, they will be out of the trade. But for those people who, let's say, want to hold long term, I think they most probably place their stop losses just below this level, because you can see here, there's a lot of orders here that were executed, and the market came back, took other orders and pushed back up. So since then, it hasn't never retested this zone. Now we can see what happened. The market decided to revisit its old home, and it took a lot of liquidity. And this is going to happen when the price reaches this level. Watch out when the price reaches 0.18, because I won't be talking negative only on this Kaspa price, because we are witnessing something that most of the Kaspa people don't know exactly what is going to be going on. I'm going to be here to giving you clues, and before you just panic sell, because if you sell here, if you sell your Kaspa here, I don't know what to tell you, because if you've held up to this dip, like what this is the worst it can get. It might go lower, but this is the worst scenario the worst scenario has already played out. So why would you chicken out and get out of this trade, or get out of this price at this price? Because you've handled all of these red candles here. You've handled this and this, and you decide to chicken out here, because this is the final move that most of the market makers make. And they know exactly that most of the people now currently in the crypto market are newbies. They don't know anything about the markets. They don't know anything about price action. So they're going to manipulate these kinds of price and shake out all of the people before they decide to go bullish. But if you really are if you have any idea of how to trade the markets, you know exactly that once this move has already been done, there's nothing else they are seeking down there. What are they looking for? Because if they want to push the price of Kaspa more downwards, the level that might be the next might be 0.05. If they go there, it's, I don't know, but I don't believe they're going to go there. If it happens, it happens. But I think after this 0.1 break, the only thing that is going to happen is going to be visiting the 0.2. And once it breaks, you saw this break on the downside, like I said in the previous video. There's a video that I made. I'm going just to pin it up there and you'll see it. There's a video that I made, and I said when the price breaks these strong levels, it breaks so hard, especially when breaking down or breaking up. Now it has showed us what actually it means, because it did this kind of move. We've seen your move here, so we expect the same thing when the price breaks here, because most people won't be able to see it coming. So when it breaks 0.2, you won't be able to catch it. Like you will catch it at 0.4 or 0.45 or 0.5. You won't be able to enter. So instead of selling here and expecting, maybe people might be selling here like 0.09, I can't handle this loss, I'm in so much drawdown and everything. If you sell here, you're going to buy it at a very, very expensive price. So you better hold, just do your own research, don't risk. Just avoid, leveraging, because when you leverage, you're exposing more yourself to a greater risk. So this is it about Kaspa. This is it about the Kaspa price action. I decided to do this video because I know exactly people are currently in panic mode. The market is bleeding, but if you wanted to buy Kaspa at a really cheap price, this is free Kaspa given to you, because most of the people bought Kaspa at 0.17, 0.16. I also bought it at some place in 0.13 and something. So most of the people are panicking right now. But if you want to panic more, just look at our neighbors there. Look at our neighbors, let's say, look at our neighbors, XRP, XLM. They are bleeding like, I don't know what to say. And from the price history, Kaspa has no history of dumping on retail. But when you look at other coins there, I don't think at some coins, I don't want to mention coins, but some coins I think they are not going to come back after this crash. The real coins are going to be bouncing back. Like Kaspa always bounces back. Like this is a no-brainer. This is a perfect buy. Like how can you not see this? This is a very, very perfect opportunity to buy. I've drawn this and I can just see it. Even if when I wake up from sleep, if I see this kind of market, I don't even think twice. I just buy. From here, it's going to shoot up, and I'll be here to tell you exactly when the market rips this 0.2, because it has tested. Just look at what it did when it went down, when the price was pushing down, and we see that 0.1 has been holding since we have 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth touch that did not happen. The market decided to break, but look at what it has been doing at 0.2. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the fake out, this is the fake out, because people thought, okay, this market is going up, then it took them by surprise, then went down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one is this here. So 5 times retesting as a resistance zone. When it decides to push, when it decides to break it, you will not be able to catch it. Either you are in or you are out. You won't be able to catch it. So this is it for today. Don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to don't forget to subscribe, and let me know what you think. Is the market going to 0.05 or are we going straight to $1? So it's up to you to just have conviction and hold. And so this is it. Thank you guys, and see you in another video.